what were we going to talk about? The CrossFit podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie teased
I
it.
haven't actually watched or listened. I just see like the little still,
Yeah.
like the little screen grab, and I'm seeing a table. I'm seeing a television. I'm generally seeing just a random assortment of people. I don't know who they are.
So I've texted you guys about this a lot. I've talked to a lot of people about this. I've talked to Scott and Eddie with the Wadcast. We talk about this. We talked about this fucking yesterday.
Yeah.
But you guys have gotten. I think I've texted them the same shit that I've sent you guys. These like screenshots of how terrible the setup is.
Oh, I remember.
For the CrossFit
like they have
podcast.
like people sitting behind people.
They have the podcast itself is like fine.
Yeah,
I guess
I haven't listened.
It's
5 or
okay.
fine?
Fine. It's fine.
I think it's okay.
It's 5 podcasts.
It's fine. It's fine.
Savon asks interesting questions.
Savon definitely goes outside the box when he's asking questions. But their setup for a company that is a media company, they are making some very strange decisions with how they're setting this thing up. Like, for example...
Listen, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Well, for example, during the podcast, look at where the microphone is.
Yeah.
So the microphone blocks Savon's face completely from the shot that he's in.
Yeah.
Secondarily, he's sitting at a completely different desk, and where the guest is sitting is with a random person who I have no idea who it is. I think his name's Matt Bishel.
I thought it was like Sean. I thought his name was Sean or Sam.
No one even fucking knows. I think he's the head of social media. So he sits at the desk with the guest, but he doesn't ask any questions. All he is like a yes man for what he's like Savon's hype man. Savon's like says something.
So Savon's interviewing the person
Savon
at the table.
is interviewing the person at the table,
and then
who in this case is Brooke Entz. And when it finally cuts away from Savon asking Brooke Entz various questions.
And he might be talking, he might not be right now because
who knows?
We can't tell because his face is covered.
That's right.
By
I do love that he was adjusting the microphone on the arm specifically to make it more in front of his face.
Right. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to help out. So anyway,
now
Brooke Entz
there's Homeboy with the Homeboy sitting there not doing anything. He doesn't have any role.
Nothing. I mean, he has no role on the show. Most shows he just sits there and says maybe 4 or 5 things, but very rarely does he actually participate as like a main guest. And then
what is this headset deal she's got on?
Yeah, no, it's a mix. There's a mix of
they're set up for radio.
Yeah.
That's their issue. They didn't make a transition into like
Kai says they're set up for radio, but they're not set up for visual media. That's a great point.
But which I think applies to Savon's setup, but the broadcasty head deals I don't get.
And on top of that,
haven't gotten to my favorite part about their setup.
Yeah, my favorite part about the setup is the same as Chase's. So let's go ahead and pause this real quick. Just pause this on this screen. Do you guys see to Brooke Entz's right, maybe to like her 5 o'clock, there's a little brown thing in the corner there.
Oh, I saw the other shot.
That is the corner of a children's school desk at which they sit another fucking person who, in this case, I don't think there's anybody there. But in some podcasts, there's just someone sitting behind the person they're interviewing.
It's always like a surprise reveal, too. It's like they'll randomly be on that 2-shot of them at the desk, and then suddenly it'll be like, what the fuck? There's a guy on her 6.
Surprise! There's someone sitting right
the
fucking
whole
behind
time,
you, and now you have to participate. Now this person is also participating in the show. My point is,
while turning in their math quiz.
Right. That's right. They have to finish their homework.
Yes.
My point is that they know better, and they should know better. And from
do they know better?
One like I don't know B-level production, like really reaching to be an A-level production,
trying every day
to a company that spends millions of dollars on their production. Maybe fix some of these very simple issues, like put Savon at the fucking table, and then put random dude at the other table where he's a cutaway shot, like Chase,
and
Chase.
What up?
Chase has his own cutaway shot.
Yeah,
he's not a random dude. Chase participates.
Yes.
Now, in the comments section, we have some people bringing up a good point, which I think is important to ask, is Tony says that nothing makes
why
his
isn't
skin...
Chase at the main table?
Tony Siemens, I guess that's how you say it. I'm trying not to laugh. Says that makes his skin crawl every time that Savon brings up how great a girl's body is that's on the show. He does that every time there's a female guest. So I'm guessing not
Savan
everybody.
creeping on the female guests?
Well, to be totally fair, he does that to male and female guests. He's constantly saying how much he loves the guests' bodies.
That's very true. He said that about Noah too. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it's pretty much every guest that they have on who's like in decent shape. He compliments them on their bodies, which is fine.
Well,
I
no,
guess.
it's perfectly fine, you know, because we do that here, making fun of Chase for how sexy he is all the time.
Right.
So you can do that for dudes because it's funny.
Yes.
right. I
Or,
guess
or
that's
like
true.
the time we had Mark Bell on the podcast,
Oh, yeah.
and I asked him how thick his penis was, and he answered, and no, that was off air. Never mind.
Yeah.
Forget I said that.
Yeah. And then he showed me.
He showed me.
Yeah. Okay. So what else are people saying? Are people saying other things in comments right now?
Yeah, they're saying it's a boring show, which is saying a lot because they watch our show. And
Yes.
if they think that's boring enough.
It's a good point.
Again, I feel like pot calling the kettle black. I can't criticize the CrossFit podcast
How dare you?
too much.
How dare you?
'Cause
Our
this
show is
is-
not boring.
Because, I mean, let's be honest, guys.
Finish
know.
the sentence.
No, I'm just saying.
It says
We could
why,
do a better job. We are not very professional here.
I didn't say we're professional. I just said we're not boring.
Yeah.
That's what really matters.
The
here.
proper way to frame it is, guys, we're not even trying, and look at what they're doing.
That's true.
That's true.
They have access to real CrossFit athletes.
Yes.
We don't.
Yes.
We're,
and
But you know what we have? You know what we have? Some guy on the internet.
Dakota.
There we go.
A 30th anniversary album. Where's my ass?
Dakota, that's fantastic. We're looking at a Where's Waldo cover, and Waldo's face has been replaced by Chase. And instead of Where's Waldo, it says Where's my ass.
Why isn't this needs to be on your Instagram, Chase?
Yes.
Your sexy Instagram needs to have Where's my ass?
Yep.
All right.
It
So
doesn't fit Chase's brand.
they had Ronnie Teasdale on the CrossFit.
They did have Ryan Teasdale on the
Oh.
CrossFit podcast.
And that's who I modeled my whole life after.
Is it though?
I'm about to get to the point where I stare at the sun for 48 hours nonstop.
I haven't quite finished the Ryan Teasdale podcast.
Early on, we talked about Ronnie. I don't know much about Ronnie
Love that guy.
Teasdale, but yeah, he's does movement and stuff. What was the thing? It was a whole thing. He was
The
a weird guy.
thing about the thing that's weird about Ronnie is that he was like a really good CrossFitter, and he's basically left all of that behind and now lives like
Off the land.
naked, riding unicycles around, absorbing
Drinking his own pee.
energy from the sun, and balancing his chakras while like getting on the same wavelength with all the chicks that he wants to slay.
Yeah.
So
I bet, you know what? I bet he's cleaning up.
he crushes.
Yes.
His game is strong.
His game is very strong.
And
Now,
so
is he naked, absorbing the energy of the sun while he's unicycling?
He's absorbing
yes.
the energy of the sun, and these ladies are absorbing his energy.
There's yes, and
That's
in that
very
exact word, in that verbiage,
Oh, really?
is what is
Okay,
being used.
perfect,
yes.
perfect.
So, yes, he is naked, unicycling, absorbing energy, and giving energy in every combination of those things possible. I mean, unicycling while absorbing energy, giving energy while naked,
Yeah.
unicycling while naked.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a Punnett square of all of those options, and he has filled the entire fucking thing out. If he was playing bingo, he would have won 7 times already.
See? Told you we were scientists. Punnett Square.
Science.
So Ronnie is a fantastic guy, very interesting character, and I've made it about half an hour or 40 minutes through like the 2-hour podcast that CrossFit did with them, and it so far has been not good. It's just been it's been a lot of setup, but without any real explanation of why anyone should give a shit. It's like they're really not leading with any sort of interesting story of like, here's what makes Ronnie exciting. You know, it's like so far it's just been the story of some dude who moved to LA from Michigan and got into modeling. Like, that's it. So yeah, I guess CrossFit podcast. I know you watch this and I know you listen to this shit. Please, I have a lot of respect for your media department. Fix this shit with your podcast. Just move Savan's mic and don't have some random motherfucker sitting at the table or behind.
Kai can't keep it together.
I'm addressing my audience, Kai.
You broke him.
I had no idea what was going on there. I did not see what was happening. That was fantastic. That was great. I just thought you were leaning in. I did not. Until guys couldn't hold together, and I saw Daniel's body across the table.
For the listening audience, I undermined Armin's direct address to the camera by leaning in and looking directly.
That changes
into the
nothing.
lens.
It's all
Yes.
the same. Yeah.
I was just most surprised by that first interview. You have a lot of respect for the media department.
I mean, so far, you know,
You can watch it on delay, guys.
we can watch it on delay. Oh man, that's fantastic. We need to screenshot that, and we need to add that to our Instagram or something.
All right.
So-
Someone screenshot that and create some dank memes.
Dank
please.
meme.